Hey guys, welcome back to the Fortress. For today's video, I'm going to be posting the last panel that we went to. I believe it was Sunday morning before we left. This one is of Riddle, again featuring Garrett Wang asking all the questions. This is the second last video. There's part 5 to come up, and that'll be it for the Halcon videos, and it's back to the normal stuff. Enjoy, guys.
Morning. How is everyone? Good? Yes? Excellent. Okay, so here I am, final day of Halcon. God, it went by too quick, didn't it? Yeah, it's always like that. I always keep thinking, like, why can't conventions be 6 days or 7 days or 1 month? Could you imagine that? You go to the 1 month convention? Yeah, I'll be there. I got off of work. It's great.
You can imagine that. That's why it's 3 days.
Gotcha. All right. Without any further ado, let's bring a young lady out here. Some of you may know her as Ricky, others may know her as Riddle. Put your hands together for the cosplayer extraordinaire. Oh, this is cool. All right. Yes. I know. I'm not sure why we have this monitor right there.
We should just do the whole panel
at
like
each other.
this.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
Wait, pose for a picture. Like we're staring.
Okay.
Action shot.
Wait, good point.
Wait. Break. Can you get that in there too? Is there any way? Well, you know what? Get on stage and get behind us. Get on stage and then.
You taking a picture of us. Get in between us. There we go. We got this.
Get it? Nice. Look at that. We are not afraid to pose things, are we?
Oh gosh, no. My theory is if it's a silly face, they don't expect me to look good in it.
Oh.
And then there's no pressure to take a pretty photo.
I like that theory. Who are you cosplaying as today?
I am Elizabeth from the video game line Persona, but I'm specifically from a game called Persona. Do I talk to you or do I talk to you?
You kind of talk to you either.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
I wish I was like wall-eyed so I could look at both of you. So from the video game Persona, I'm trying not to like give everybody a free show like right in this direction.
Okay, that deserves a George Takei. Oh my.
So yeah, it's from like a JRPG. It's like
Gotcha.
80 hours.
Gotcha.
Play video games?
I do at times, but it's on and off. But
You're so busy.
yeah, but let's go back to the whole flashing thing. You're
I am the Flash.
You know when you appropriately.
Yes.
Covered,
I do have this story where like my biggest advice with cosplay is always wear underwear.
Okay, good.
And it does stem from a situation where I'm just going to tell you guys right now. I did this I did this costume that was latex, and latex is like very kind of like thin, but it's not. And I thought, well, I don't want seam lines of my underwear, so I'm just not going to wear any. And with latex, you glue it together. So what ended up happening was I was doing this character called Battle Angel Lita, and she's like this cyborg girl, and I was doing all these really crazy poses. And these guys say, we're having the coolest pose contest. I was like, I got this. And I went down, I did the squat, all of a sudden I felt this draft, like right out here, yeah. And I was like, whoa! And I like stood up, and I was like this, and I was like, hey, good thing there's grass on the field. Sorry if there's any kids here.
Totally separated?
Yeah, just split right open, and there was
Down the seam?
like yeah, right in the crotch. And,
No, and
yeah.
there's photos of that?
I made sure there wasn't photos of that.
That's
Sure,
like
there's
a
some on
film
your
printer,
hard.
isn't it?
If there were, they'd be on his hard drive. If there were.
There.
And so I asked to see the back of their cameras, and luckily there were no photos. But I was like,
You should have ran to each one.
exactly.
Go buy another one.
I was like, can I borrow a hoodie? And I like wrapped it around my waist, and I like shuffled back to where my friends were, and they're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, my crush blew open, and it might be on the internet, and my dad's gonna see it. And so luckily all the guys are really cool, but now I wear like 4 pairs of underwear.
See, that's the smart
Moral
thing.
of the story.
That is. Well, we share that in common.
You're wearing 4 right now? Or are you
No,
wearing my
just the
underwear?
fact
4 of
that-
my underwear.
No, I split. I wasn't wearing latex, but I split my pants. I was doing a photo shoot.
All your awesomeness.
No. It was a photo shoot in England or Germany at a German convention, and it was Kate Mulgrew, it was Captain Janeway, and Tom Paris, Robbie McNeil, and myself in the photo op. And I kept telling Kate, I was like, Kate, let's just do funny stuff. The fans love funny poses. And she goes, Ayush, no, they're not going to appreciate that. I go, yes, they're going to love it, you know? So I was doing crazy photobomb stuff because sometimes fans would say, yes, this picture is just with Kate and Robbie, right? So then I wasn't in it, but I still photobombed it anyway. So what I did
all
was,
about you.
yeah, well, no, it's just to add to the essence of the photo. So as they're posing, I leap behind them, sort of like a ballet, like that.
You
And
again.
yes, oh yeah, I did. No. So as I did that little ballet leap, I totally heard it. And I went, oh! I looked down. I said, I split my pants! And then, Kate's like, you deserved it, or something like that. That was that. So
You did deserve it.
I know.
Ruined your photo.
But it's scary with
Felt
that.
so good.
It did.
You're like, I'm free!
All of my pants should be like this.
He went home and just ripped open
Ripped them all.
He's like, I'm starting something
Exactly.
in Germany.
Speaking of crazy ripping, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to just okay. I dated this crazy girl. No, just saying. I had a crazy girlfriend who we had this huge argument. We flew to a convention in Australia, and this is how crazy the argument was. She's screaming, yelling. She goes into the bedroom, locks the door, and I can't get in. I'm like, what the? Come on. I said, Danielle, open the door. She wouldn't open the door. 10 minutes later, I hear rip. Cloth is being ripped. I'm like, what the? Rip. This is a 2.5-week trip to Australia. Finally, when she opens it, unlocks the door, I go in. I had 18 pairs of boxer shorts, underwear that I brought with me to this trip. She had ripped every single one, just torn them to shreds.
Was it because she wanted you to wear briefs?
Good answer. High five. No, sci-fi. You know what that is?
Sci-fi.
Okay. Can you do Live Long and Prosper?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Jeez,
Now
loves
that's
so
when you hit right there. Sci-fi is keeping that right on.
Right, you got me on my bad hand.
It doesn't matter which hand. Just make the.
Which hand. There we
Okay,
go.
ready? Bam. Sci-fi. There you
And
go.
if you put it this way, your parents will tell you what that's about. I'm so sorry. This is literally like.
All the cameras are waiting. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is we were in the green room for a short time, and this is pretty much like you guys are just sort of observing us.
Observing the banter that we have.
Yeah.
We have a microphone right here where the lovely Margaret is standing in red in the middle, and don't be shy. You can go.
Obviously, you've seen I have no problem.
You can. Don't be shy if you're wearing latex. Come right on up, and you can ask your question of Riddle.
Uh-oh.
If you. People are. Oh, come on. Someone will have one.
Let's see, I'm Canadian. I'm sure many of you know.
Yes, she's
that.
Canadian, actually. I didn't know that.
I'm infiltrating the USA. I'm a
Did.
spy.
Can you tell us all the provinces you've lived in, please?
I was born in British Columbia, then
Yes.
I lived a couple hundred miles away from Inuvik in the Northwest Territories.
Wow.
We had our food barged up every month.
Oh my gosh.
I tell people this story because I thought it's what people do. On Sunday night, my parents would drive to the garbage dump and we watched the bears rip through trash. No.
That was entertainment?
Yeah, that was our Sunday night. It was like, yeah.
You're serious?
I'm serious. You can
You know,
you
this
can
is
go
a
there.
joke.
No, ask my parents. We had a Suburban.
I will ask your parents.
I thought it was normal. I'm like, I was talking to my friends. I'm like, yeah, do you guys like watch the bears on Sunday run through the garbage, like at the dump? And they're like, what is wrong with you? I was like, A+ upbringing? I don't know. So then from there, I moved back down to Vancouver Island, then to Winnipeg, and then to Ontario. No dumps. No dumps.
That's like free entertainment. That's like an outdoor zoo, like a
It
zoo
was-
with no
It
cages,
is
right?
totally natural zoo. It was
Natural
way ahead of its
zoo.
time.
Oh my goodness.
There wasn't a whole lot to do. Like I remember.
Every time I see you now, I'm gonna look at you in a different way.
I think of a
Because
garbage
the whole
dump?
Garbage dump and bears is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I had like a bizarre childhood.
Oh
It
my
was,
goodness. So after those, Inuvik, and then you went to where? after that?
back down to the very top of Vancouver Island,
Okay.
and then Winnipeg, and then Toronto, and then I shot straight down to Atlanta. I was like, peace out, too cold.
Really?
I ended up meeting somebody, and he's like, I'm not moving to Canada, and I'm like,
Oh.
but
so that's
I'm
what
still a
happened.
Canadian citizen.
Is that same person? Are you still with that
Yes,
same?
I'm still
Oh,
with
good.
Yeah.
See, so that worked out.
Yeah, but I was like, if it goes south of the zombie apocalypse, I'm coming straight up north.
Of course. This is where
Because
you
you've
have
seen
to.
Atlanta on The Walking Dead. I'm
Yeah.
not staying there.
Yeah. See, I know. I believe the same thing. I think if zombie apocalypse happens, you gotta come up
Yeah,
here.
because they don't.
Right?
You read World War Z. You know
Yes.
they don't like the snow.
Yes. And that's kind of why I keep doing conventions in Canada, so more and more people
case
know
it
me,
happens.
in case it happens and I knock on a random door. Oh, it's Garrett! Come on in! It's
Like,
something.
my pants are split for you.
Yeah.
I think we have 2 questions.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
On the
Oh,
topic,
your voice is coming from there. Okay.
I like that, it's like the truth.
It is like a bit. They should put like a Muppet face.
Yeah, they should. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
on the topic of unfortunate wardrobe malfunctions, you do a lot. You do a lot of cosplay of like agile action heroes and stuff. And do you?
Sounds like he's trying to be tactful.
Do you plan for that kind of event when you're designing the costume, like with that in mind, to make sure that it's like, durable?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few of my earlier costumes, like Black Cat. I was like, it should be all in leather. And then I was like, I didn't take into account there's these seams called gussets, which stop your pants from splitting, or joint stuff. And I didn't work in gussets, so I could only sit like this. I'm like, I got this, guys. And I couldn't like walk upstairs because the fabric didn't stretch on my knees. So since then, I take what I learned from old costumes and just keep applying it to new stuff. But generally, I'm not like, I don't think I'm a real superhero, so I'm not like, I gotta be able to like parkour. I'm just like, I gotta be able to walk upstairs, sit down, and 50% of the time go to the bathroom. Otherwise, I have to shut my bodily functions down. Yeah, I mean, you want to do like epic poses, but sometimes it just, like my Huntress, for those of you who see my Huntress, it is literally a stand there and look cool. Like there's no way, because that's what got me in trouble. That's why my crotch blew up. It's because I was doing epic poses, so I'm kind of a little gun shy now.
And you can use me to test future fabric.
Obviously, if it doesn't split,
It doesn't split while I'm doing the little ballet thingy.
I'll play Swan Lake, Nutcracker.
There you go.
Nutcracker, that's what I'll play.
She's quick. Okay, yes, sir. Go ahead.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
When it comes to the more revealing cosplays, how do your parents take that?
Well, you could go down to the table and ask them.
What? They're here?
Yeah, didn't I tell you?
No!
Yeah, it's their first convention. My dad's coming today. My mom's been there all weekend.
Oh, everyone's got to go say hi to their
Yeah,
parents.
my
Come
parents
on.
live in Kentville,
That's
so
awesome.
this is their first convention. So yeah.
Where's that
I was like an hour away from here, but my mom had to wait for me.
Okay.
So she wants to come back home. They're retired. They're like Harley culture now.
Oh, wow.
But,
But Kentville is in Nova Scotia?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
It's like an hour, no, hour 20. Well, with the way my dad drives, it's like 3 hours. I was like, I'm gonna sit in the back so I can see to really play my DS while they're driving, because I'm like, oh my god, this drive's taking forever. You're revealing costumes. I remember when I first started, I came home one time and I had this like really high slit because I was dressed as a character called Rosette from Chrono Crusade. And again, I had like 4 pairs of underwear on and a bunch of tights, and my mom's like, that skirt is awful high. And I'm like, Mom, don't worry about it. I got like tights on and stuff. Now, since I don't live at home, I don't know how they feel about it, but I did have to give them the heads up in the final episode of Here's a Cosplay. I'm wearing this it ended up being a lot smaller than I thought it would be. And I had to be like, Mom, Dad, gotta give you heads up, my boobs are kind of out there. Don't worry, I'm taped in. But it's super weird feeling when you look at like a kind of like a sexy photo of yourself and it says that your dad likes it, and I'm like, oh no! I was like, Dad, don't look at me! No, you made me! Don't
You
look!
mean Facebook?
Yeah, when
When
it
it-
hits
when
like,
it
I
hit
see
like-
his name Gray, and I'm like, oh god.
But that's from being proud that your
Yes,
daughter...
it's like I made that. People like that, and I'm like,
No, I don't think that was right. They're just like, that's my daughter, she's famous.
Yeah.
Hit like, right?
Yeah, if it's like that one
Let's just
costume.
go with that, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know creepy guys.
Yeah, I kind of missed the Garrett Wang Q&A yesterday. So
Oh, you did?
I just wanted to
No,
say
Wang was
I
wrong.
love you in that show.
Thank you.
Do you want to make it Garrett? I'll do Garrett
You wanna-
Wang.
Okay,
Name.
yes, I didn't, just to explain, the correct pronunciation is actually W-O-N-G. Even though it's spelled, yes, it's spelled W-A, the reason why. W-A-N-G and W-O-N-G are both pronounced Wang, but W-O-N-G is southern China, W-A-N-G is central and northern parts of China. So it kind of denotes what part of China your ancestors are from.
But if you're-
But it's a common mistake, so
No, I
please don't
learned
feel
it.
bad about saying
No,
it.
no, no. But now
I-
that his pants are busted open, it's always winning.
You know what's so awesome? There's totally little kids in this audience, and none of them know what the heck you're talking about. You're talking about the ballet, remember Nutcracker? And they're like, oh, we've seen that.
It's waning man.
Oh, sing that.
No.
Okay. But thank you for watching Voyager, being a fan of that, sir.
I was a fan of that.
Do you speak Mandarin or Cantonese?
I do. I speak Mandarin Chinese. I speak a little bit of German, a little bit of Russian, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of French. So I try to be kind of the,
That's impressive.
well-rounded
All I know
guy.
is like, so you know Cantonese?
Mandarin. Oh, I don't know. Well, you know bad words in Canada.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Any young Chinese kids in the audience? No? Oh, there are. There's one right there. Are you Cantonese or Mandarin? Okay, that's cool. Go ahead, say you're Cantonese.
Gausi.
Gausi.
Gausi. Gausi.
Oh no. A dog.
Yeah.
Dog excretion.
Yes.
Okay. See, that's the thing.
And I know dim sum words. That's about it.
Like what?
Hagao, shumai,
Yeah. Okay. Good. Most people know that. Dim sum stuff.
ngoi.
Good, yeah.
Good.
So you know what it is? There are actually 113 dialects in China.
Bananas.
That's bananas. But the funny thing is, if you were to say what you said, Gaoxi in Mandarin, it's Gou Shi. So it's a little more mellow. It's not as
I
like.
always say Mandarin always sounds like you're drunk, and Cantonese always sounds like you're angry.
Oh, well, growing up, my sister and
Everyone just
I.
sounded angry?
No, my sister and I, we thought that because we spoke Mandarin. We thought that Cantonese sounded like, well, that's retarded Mandarin. It's like really, it's hick Mandarin because it's really drawn out, right? So.
Because Mandarin is so like sing-songy. Does anyone know? Remember Final Fantasy VIII? Fei Wong, she sang
Oh, did she sing that?
in
Okay.
Mandarin, I believe,
Yeah.
and it was just so like beautiful
Yeah.
and sing-songy. And then
Well, that's not the most sing-song dialect. The most sing-song dialect in China is called Shanghai Hua or Shanghainese, what they speak in the city of Shanghai. And that literally is like they're singing. I mean, when they start talking, you're like, oh, wow.
I'm in the future.
Ooh, I mean, yeah, it is really.
I'm on Voyager.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
another planet.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of shows that speak Mandarin, Firefly speaks Mandarin. And
Mom was like, what is this Firefly thing? I'm like, Mom.
she hasn't seen it? Oh.
No, she hasn't seen it, but she's like, if you ever see Norman Reedus, I'd like the signature.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't think that's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, so they speak Mandarin on Firefly, and they say some really bad cuss words that if the censors knew what they said, that never would have gotten through. I'm really kind of shocked, to be honest. Some of their pronunciation is better than others, you know. I love Nathan Fillion, but his Mandarin stinks. It does.
No, I remember I did not want to watch Firefly for the longest time because my friends were like, it's awesome, it's awesome, it's
Oh,
awesome.
so you did it just to rebel.
I did. I was like, out of principle, I was like, stop hassling me. I'm not watching it. And then I watched it, and I was like, why did I wait so long?
See?
So-
It's a good show.
I am a geek. Deep down, I started as a geek. I will die as a geek.
Really? What was your first fandom?
Video games.
Which video game was the first
Oh
game
my
that you
god, my
played?
parents actually played in television, and I would watch them.
Wow.
Yeah, which just predates Nintendo, kiddos.
Holy moly, in television.
Television.
Well,
Couldn't
you're
afford
going
it. It's hard.
back then.
Nintendo started.
Oh
when-
wait, was this during the Anuvik watching Bears time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
My bear time cut down
Yeah.
once we got into television. I was like,
Sir,
yes.
your question?
My question is a bit about the headspace when you're cosplaying. When you're meeting people or going on photo shoots, do you play yourself as the character? Do you try to become the character? And yeah.
He's like, oh, this couch is so big.
Oh, you guys are matching in color. Blue, he's wearing blue, you're sitting on a blue couch.
I'm camouflaged.
Go for it.
The headspace is, actually, I always joke, I have enough trouble being myself, let alone trying to pretend to be somebody else. So, I mean, when I pose as the character, I try to, do the same poses, or if she's happy, I smile. If they're serious, I'm serious. But there are people who, when they go to cons, like, there was one girl who dressed as the Baroness many years ago. And the Baroness is a very serious character. And I went up to her and I complimented her costume, and she was kind of like the B word to me. And I was like, is she playing the character, or is she just that way? And I always, like, even prior to that, I was like, I don't want anyone to ever have a bad experience when they meet me, because I wouldn't want to have a bad experience like that. So I always, like, I might be serious for a photo, but I'll usually smile afterwards or thank them. And yeah, I'm not into, like, the role playing stuff, which that was, like, something you really had to struggle with when you first start cosplaying. You'd have to explain it. You'd be like, oh, I'm dressing as a cartoon character. Like, is that a sexual thing? And you're like, maybe for some people, but not for me.
But yeah, that girl you're talking about, she was kind of a method actor in a way.
She might have
She
been, or
stayed
she-
in her character the whole
But
time.
I'm not too sure if she, because some people just have bad days, or
Or maybe she's just a bee, right?
maybe she's just a
She
bee,
could just be a bee.
or she could be the Baroness.
She
She was
could-
the Baroness. She was the B word.
There we go.
Baroness.
Baroness. Or bears digging through garbage.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, I
I love
miss
that.
them.
I can never think of any other way other than bears digging through garbage.
I'm gonna come into your house in a bear suit one
I'm
time and
gonna-
dress through the trash.
I'm gonna make
I'm like, remember that time?
I'm gonna call the police when that happens. But I'm gonna make a T-shirt for you
Yeah.
that's gonna have a bear digging through trash
And
as
it's
a
gonna
gift.
say, like, Sunday Night Dumps.
Yes. See? We're creating our own company here. Thanks, Halcon. Okay. Yes, your question.
Hi, Riddle. How are you?
Good, I like your Kiku.
Aw, so cute.
Well, I mean, I follow you on Instagram, and I just have a question. How much do you really like squirrels?
Oh my God, don't even ask. I let them poop on me. I mean, that's. I don't have a choice, okay?
That's love.
I do love squirrels. I found them fascinating. For those of you who don't know, I rescue and rehabilitate baby squirrels. And once they're old enough, I then release them into the wild. So I'll have them, the most recent pair of 4 I had, and they're all different moms. I had them from about 3 weeks to 15 weeks. And when you get them, you have to feed them a very specific formula, and based on their age and their weight, you have to feed them anywhere from every 3 hours, even through the night, to as they get older, they can eat regular food. And I had one flying squirrel too, and that was pretty exciting.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's right, on my Instagram, like on my Facebook page, I have a Facebook page for squirrels. On my Instagram, it's no holds bars, where I just post like anything. So you will see a ton of like squirrel photos. And what's really cool is 2 I released a year and a half ago, about an hour away from where I live. I go into the woods and I call them, and their names are Walt and Haru, and they'll come out of the forest.
So those 2 they never went away. They're still kind of there.
Well, they're usually where you release them, they kind of stay in that area.
Aw.
Generally squirrels do, but they know the sound of their names, and they'll come down, and they won't come down for anybody else. And they'll come and they'll eat nuts, and let me scratchy them.
Oh my
and-
goodness.
Yeah.
You're like the squirrel whisperer.
Yeah. Or Snow White. I'll take that one too.
That's good too. I mean, it's so kind of you. That's wonderful. Was that?
Yeah, big advocate of animal rescue. I'm actually producing. I have a charity group too called Cosplay for a Cause, and I'm producing a calendar with a bunch of cosplayers, and all the proceeds I'm going to donate to the Wildlife Conservation Society. So yeah, but squirrels are my thing. Squirrels are my spirit animal. They're totally underappreciated. People consider them rodents, but they're like nature's little fertilizer. See, this is how much I love squirrels. I've just talked about them for like 5 minutes, and I'm totally going to talk about
No,
them.
I think that's awesome. And I have to admit to you that I haven't had a good image of squirrels for a while.
Should.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was in college
Yeah.
at UCLA, if you had any food sitting next to you
Yeah.
outdoors, a squirrel would just come right down and grab it, take it. I mean, a whole muffin, a watermelon, whatever. They're strong, awful, and we hated them at UCLA. I'm so sorry, but I have to. But because you've talked about this, I'm changing my thought about squirrels. Now, the worst squirrel thing that happened was I went golfing. I had a brand new golf bag, and I had a power bar inside the golf bag. But squirrels have super smell, so they could smell. They could smell that power bar, which was in a wrapper inside my golf bag. So while I'm on the green, I look over to see And the squirrel kind of on my bag, I'm like, oh, whatever. I didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
But then when I walk back over there, I see him run off with the power bar. He has eaten a hole through the bag to get to the bar. And now I'm furious because the bag is brand new, right? So I grab my driver and I'm swinging at it, but he's too fast. I can't catch it, right? And I'm running after him. I'm like, get back here with my power bar, get back. And I'm just going through this craziness. My friend starts yelling at me. He's like, Garrett. I go, what? He goes, you look like a crazy man. Come back, put the golf club down, forget about the squirrel. And I was like, so I was really.
For like half the story, I thought you meant like a power bar that you plug things into. Yeah, nothing with a power bar. Squirrel's like, I gotta plug in my iPhone. It's like, I gotta watch My Little Pony. I know. Rev up my iPad here. I know, they're like the 10th smartest animal.
That would have been
extremely
crazy.
affectionate.
We could do a little cartoon like that, where he
know.
steals the power bar because he
Plugs
needs
it
to
in.
plug stuff in at his little squirrel home.
Yeah. They probably did.
Okay.
He was gonna go work out after.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I need a power bar. I need to go pump weights.
Yeah. So in honor of you, I apologize to that squirrel wherever
Thank
you
you.
are for swinging my golf
The
club.
only thing I ask, as far as squirrels go, is they're most active unfortunately, in the morning and in the evening. So just, in neighborhoods, just slow down. They don't know rules of the road. They don't know what a car is. So I know it seems stupid. It seems like they jump out into traffic, but they're just, their reaction is to stop. Like when they think a predator's coming, they stop, and then that's when they get hit. So just
Really?
For my sake, please drive slow.
Okay, no, that's very nice of you, but of all the roadkill I've seen in my lifetime, it's very rarely a squirrel. I mean, those
a lot
guys
of
are
squirrels.
fast. They're like, I would say the squirrels are the superheroes of the animal kingdom because they move so
They
quickly.
do.
I
They
mean,
can go
they're
like 20.
they're like little miniature animal flashes. They're, they're
Yeah.
very fast.
Incredibly fast. Try
But you're
catching one
saying
in your
that
house.
squirrels will be run over too?
Yeah, they'll just
They
stop.
just stop like a deer.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a deer. So.
But
Yeah.
they're usually so tiny the car goes over them. So they're just frozen and they go, ooh, it's like a windy. Ooh, that was
Sometimes
close.
they get like clotheslined, and then they'll.
Ooh,
that's
that's
what
not
what happens when some squirrels we get have been hit by cars, not crushed, but they've been hit in the head, and then they can't be released.
Ooh.
But all the babies I get, they're sorry. This panel got depressing.
You know what? This
Moral of the
is information.
story is I love squirrels. The end.
And I have one more question. Out of all your cosplays, what one's your favorite?
I have to say probably it's a toss because they're all like my children. I would probably say Snow White because I can wear really comfortable shoes and comfortable underpants. As we know, I have an issue with my undergarments. So
Have you thought of a squirrel cosplay?
I am actually working on a Squirrel Girl costume, but a little bit different than the Marvel version.
Oh.
Sort of like I updated it, I should
Okay.
say, so it looks cooler. I think it looks cooler. Her outfit's pretty awful. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like a green onesie with like a fur vest and fur underpants.
Oh, I have seen that. So it's
Yeah.
not really that,
Yeah, it's
impressive.
cute, but I definitely want to I'm kind of known for like translating stuff, so I really want to like make it super techy. Like if she was joining the Avengers, what would she kind of look like? So.
Okay, cool. So it's your own version of it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess.
I'll
But
look
I'll
up.
have a giant tail, so you'll totally know who I
Right,
am.
I'll know it's squirrel. Okay, excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, young lady. And it wasn't depressing. I mean, this is important information.
It
I mean, it
is.
may happen that somebody
We
needs
should
to.
just have another panel all about
Just on
squirrels.
squirrels. Okay. Yes, R2D2.